that the dust was the truth. Older than the modern pen, tracing back the sequence of the spirit to the very start of when. It's a genetic record written in the architecture of the soul, understanding how the ancient pieces finally make the person whole. You don't have to search the surface for a truth that's in the vein, navigating through the shadows in a temporary kind of rain. Every chapter is a witness to a much more elegant design, following the heartbeat and the heavy-handed ancestral line. It's the open book and a piece of genetic record, healing every fragment where the spirit was pressured and checkered. The ritual is reading, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the territory and the high-dimensional name. The high-dimensional name. And the high-dimensional name. The curriculum is internal and the foundation is made of stone, reclaiming every story that the actual person has always known. We skip the miseducation of the shallow and the hollow street, observing where the actual and the sovereign versions meet. Integrity is the language that the pages finally speak, strengthening the spirit and providing everything that people see. The focus is internal and the signal is becoming sharp and clear, protecting every fragment of the aura from the architecture of fear. It's the open book and a piece of genetic grit, healing every fragment where the spirit was pressured and checkered. The ritual is reading, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the territory and the high-dimensional name. High-dimensional name. Drops it just in the name. The book is a teacher, the record is a school, teaching a truth that doesn't belong to the fool. From the open book to the record of the soul, understanding how the lineage makes the spirit whole. It's the open book and a piece of genetic record, healing every fragment where the spirit was pressured and checkered. The ritual is reading, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the territory and the high-dimensional name. High-dimensional name. The high-dimensional name. The book was the vessel, but the record was the truth. Dip the pen into the center of a very deep and ancient well, telling all the stories that the external world would never tell. It's a permanent kind of marking, a script that doesn't ever fade, finding all the power in the middle of a high-dimensional shade. The ink is made of history and a very sovereign kind of truth, preserving the integrity and the dignity of the honest youth. You don't need a stencil when the hand is guided by the heart, mastering the geometry of a very structural person that you finally become, vibrated into the frequency of ancient and a rhythmic drum. We reject the miseducation of the shallow and a hollow frame.
Olha, retardado correndo.
Protecting the identity and the high dimensional kind of name. The signature is unique, a sequence that can't be cloned. Reclaiming every territory that the actual spirit is always on. The focus is internal and the signal is becoming sharp and clear. Protecting every fragment of your aura from the architecture of fear. It's the inkwell in a piece of soul signature, following the pattern of a much more elegant literature. The ritual is writing, the aura is a steady flow. Watching how the actual and the sovereign spirits grow. The well is a teacher, the writing is a school, teaching a truth that doesn't belong to the fool. From the inkwell to the signature of the soul, understanding how the authorship makes the spirit whole. It's the inkwell in a piece of soul signature, following the pattern of a much more elegant literature. The ritual is writing, the aura is a steady flow. Watching how the actual and the sovereign spirits grow. The ink was the blood, but the signature was the truth. The ink was the blood, but the signature was the truth. The signature, bless the truth. The wooden desk is a sanctuary for the one who knows how to wait, building up the character while the temporary world is at the gate. It's a rooted kind of discipline, an anchor in the middle of the noise, trading in the hollow distractions for the actual and the sovereign poise. Every hour in the silence is a seed inside the hallowed ground, listening to the frequency where the ancient and the structural truth is found. You can't carve a masterpiece on a surface that is thin and weak, honoring the silence and the only language that the spirits speak. It's the wooden desk and a rooted kind of discipline, observing where the actual and the sovereign parts begin. The ritual is focus, the aura is a steady shine, following the architecture of a much more elegant design. The grain of the wood is a map of the years that you spent in the dark, nurturing the flame until it finally becomes a holy spark. We reject the miseducation of the fast and the shallow game, navigating through the shadows and the temporary kind of rain. Integrity is the weight that keeps the vessel from drifting away, remaining in the center of a very private and a golden day. The focus is internal and the signal is becoming sharp and clear, protecting every fragment of the aura from the architecture of fear. It's the wooden desk and a ruder kind of desk to get. Observing where the actual and the sovereign parts begin. The ritual is focus, the aura is a steady shine. Following the architecture of a much more elegant design. The desk is a teacher, the work is a school. Teaching a truth that doesn't belong to the fool. From the wooden desk to the discipline of the soul. Understanding how the roots make the spirit whole. It's the wooden desk and a rooted kind of discipline. Observing where the actual and the sovereign parts begin. The ritual is focus, the aura is a steady shine. Following the architecture of a much more elegant design. The desk was the foundation, but the discipline was the truth. The desk was the foundation. spirit in a crowded place. It's a private conversation with the ancient and the sovereign face. We sit inside the stillness until the heartbeat is the only sound. Honoring the territory where the actual and integrity is found. It's the quiet room and a piece of necessary solitude, adjusting every fragment of eternal and the holy mood. The ritual is silence, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the history and the high dimensional man. Solitude is a teacher for the ones who aren't afraid to be alone, reclaiming every story that the actual person has always owned. We reject the miseducation of the constant and the hollow light, standing in the sanctuary of a deep and the urban night. Integrity is what you cultivate when there's no one left to see, setting every version of the actual and the structural person free. The focus is internal and the signal is becoming sharp and clear, protecting every fragment of the aura from the architecture of fear. It's the quiet room and a piece of necessary solitude, adjusting every fragment of internal and the holy mood. The ritual is silence, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the history and the high dimensional name. The room is a teacher, the silence is a school, teaching a reason that doesn't belong to the fool. From the quiet room to the solitude of the soul, understanding how the stillness makes the spirit whole. It's the quiet room and a piece of necessary solitude, adjusting every fragment of internal and the holy mood. The ritual is silence, the aura is a steady flame, honoring the history and the high dimensional name. The room was the boundary, but the solitude was the truth.
Olha, não, aqui, o bicho tem vestindo, tá? Aqui é 2 palitos. 2
The library is a maze of the ancient and the primary source, hunting for the sequence that the miseducation tried to divorce. Hidden doctrine sitting on a shelf that is dusty and old, trading in the plastic for a structural kind of gold. It isn't in the pamphlets or the news of the modern day. It's a geometry of spirit that has never gone away. We pull the heavy volumes from the shadows of the silent room, watching how the ancient seeds of understanding finally bloom. It's a library shelf and a piece of hidden doctrine, watching where the actual and the sovereign parts lock in. The ritual is searching, the aura is a steady glow, observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. Observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. Every page is a witness to a truth that was buried and kept, while the temporary versions of the people soundly slept. We reject the miseducation of the shallow and the public scheme, following the architecture of a very structural dream. Integrity is the index that allows the spirit to find the frequency of a much more elegant and a sovereign mind. horror from the architecture of fear. It's a library shelf and a piece of hidden doctrine, watching where the actual and the sovereign parts lock in. The ritual is searching, the aura is a steady glow, observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. Observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. The shelf is a teacher, the search is a school, teaching a truth that doesn't belong to the fool. From the library shelf to the doctrine of the soul, understanding how the archives make the spirit whole. It's a library shelf and a piece of hidden doctrine, watching where the actual and the sovereign parts lock in. The ritual is searching, the aura is a steady flow, observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. Observing how the ancient and the urban spirits grow. The shelf was the map, but the doctrine was the truth.
Of the internal space, mapping out the architecture of a much more ancient grace. We reject the miseducation of the constant and the public show, watching how the integrity and the actual spirit start to grow. The sanctuary is internal, a fortress in the mind, leaving all the